back with On the Road of Recovery with Janice from Toledo. How are you doing today?
I'm great.
Thanks so much for coming out and joining us. Can you start off by describing your childhood?
My childhood was wonderful. I both my parents worked. They provided very well. I have two siblings, my brother and a sister. We took care of all the housework. Me and my sister shared cooking. My mom and dad worked, and my mom come home at night from work, and we had dinner set on the table. We didn't want for nothing, that's for sure. My parents are fantastic.
Okay, great. Great
yes,
to hear.
Absolutely.
And can you share, when did you first start experimenting?
Actually, it started back in 2000 when I had to have 1999 when I had my first knee replacement.
Okay.
I was put on opioids, of course. I did very well with them then. You know, I took them properly. I didn't abuse them. And then the following year, I had to have the other knee done, and that's when it really got bad. I had the second replacement done in 2000, and I was over with the doctor. He wouldn't let me have no more, and I just felt that I needed more. So then I was reaching out on the streets, getting for wherever I could get them, buying them on the streets, and of course, I did have some pain, but mentally, I think it was all in my head. I really do. If I didn't have them, I was like very mean, very nasty to my husband at the time. It was horrible, horrible. And then I would ignore my children. Then that's when I started noticing that, wow, I'm not doing what I need to do as a mother, because I didn't have what I needed to perk up. Because if I had those, I could do anything. Mm-hmm. I was house cleaning. I'd run all over. I had all the energy in the world. Mm-hmm. But as you kept going on them, then you get addicted to them, mm-hmm. and then they'd stop working. Mm-hmm. So of course, later on is when I started snorting them towards the end of my addiction. That's when I started noticing I was really doing the wrong things, because I would sell things that I had. I would call my mom and dad and say that I needed food or I needed something, and they would let me borrow money, because at that point they didn't really know what was going on. Mm-hmm. And then my middle child would give me the money to get them also.
Okay.
Yes.
Did anybody start to question about anything going on?
No, actually, and that was just the thing about this situation. When I was asking for money, they weren't even asking me what's going on, what's wrong with you. But at the time I was on disability, so I guess they just assumed that, I just wasn't making enough to. But I did have a boyfriend at the time, so we had two incomes. Mm-hmm. But they just didn't question what was going on at that point, because they knew that I was on the pain medicine. Mm-hmm. They just didn't know how bad I was at that time.
Mm-hmm. So you're pretty good at keeping it hidden from other people?
Yes, yes.
And at what point did you decide enough is enough, I want to do something different?
And when in November of 2017, I had a friend that lived down the hall from me, and she was in recovery. And because me and her used to share medicine, and she said to me, she said, I'm in recovery. She said, I think would you like to talk to somebody? I said, oh, not right now. I think I'm not that bad. I'm okay. So she let it go, and probably about 2 weeks later, she came down. She said, listen, so-and-so's coming to talk to me tonight. Her therapist was coming to the home to talk to her. She said, I can send her down to talk to you after I'm done. She said, will you talk to her? I said, okay. I said, bring her down. I'll talk to her. Absolutely. So she came into my home 6:30 on November 6th p.m. She sat down on my couch, and I don't know, I just felt like 100 pounds was lifted off of my shoulders because she was there and said, I can help you. And I think that's all I needed to hear. I can get help. And she wasn't against me, didn't, downgrade me because of what I was doing and what I had done. So she sat there and we did my assessment that night, and she said, I'm going to put you on transportation because they provide transportation in New Concepts where I get my treatment. And they picked me up November 7th at 9 a.m. that morning, and I've not looked back. New Concepts is where I got my sobriety. I've been almost 4 years clean. 10 months clean. I started my process to be a recovery supporter. I'm certified peer recovery supporter today. It's just been a great life. I love it.
So can you tell me a little bit about what those first, few weeks were like? What all did you do?
Getting
What
clean?
you go through?
Absolutely. My first month, actually, the first day there, I was like, because you have to be there for so long to go through the process you have to talk with so many different people to get to the doctor to start, because I'm on the MAT program. And I know there's a lot of people against it, but I'm just like, I'm sorry, MAT is the best thing in the world for anybody that is suffering from narcotics. I swear by them. That's just me. But so my first couple weeks, I had to be there 3 days a week for my IOP. I was in groups called IOP 3 days a week. And then I just kept coming every day. I did everything they asked me to do. I went to outside meetings, 12-step program. I started to just clean myself up, and each day felt better. I felt myself getting better, and I thought, wow, this is really going to work. I've been through everything in recovery, and I'm still going.
That's such a beautiful story that you have shared so far. How did your relationships with your family members change?
Oh, like 100% turnaround. I talk to my parents every day. I go to their house once a week and visit them. They have been my rock. It wouldn't be for them, I probably wouldn't be driving it right now. They've just been really helpful, getting me back, because they know how important this recovery is to me, and they support me 100%. They are my main rock. They really are. I see them more now than I ever have in my 60 years, So it's just great. My kids are just absolutely amazing. They call me and they tell me they love me today, and I can tell them that I love them today. And I can look in the mirror and say, I love myself today. Versus 5 years ago, I wasn't looking in the mirror.
And what are some gifts that you have been given since entering recovery?
Oh my, I have so many. Car. I have an apartment today that my bills are paid. I ain't got nobody worrying about nobody coming knocking on my door. I can actually go shopping because I have that extra money. And that was another thing my mom said. Don't pick up that shopping habit now. So in the beginning of my recovery, I did. That was horrible. But I can actually go to the store. I was like, oh, I really could use this. And I can actually go and buy it because I have the money today. And I have money in the bank. I'm still working on it, but it's getting better. So I'm just being able to walk around with my head held high, and proud of being in recovery, and trying to help anybody that needs it.
Yeah, for sure. What are some dreams that are possible today that would not have been possible in active addiction?
My dream, my goal actually is I want to be a certified or a case manager, which is one step up from being a certified peer recovery supporter. And my dream is I would love to go just fly and go on vacation, and I don't care where, just want to go on vacation by myself, because I'm a single woman and I like being that way, and I just want to be able to, you know, just, or even I can just get in my car and go on vacation. I mean, I don't really need to fly, but yeah, absolutely. And just having that option, like, I can do anything today that I want to. It's my choice today. I have a choice of doing whatever I want to do because I'm able to do that, and I can see things clearly today.
Do you have some words of hope that you could share with our audience for somebody who is trying to get sober that's struggling?
Please, if you are struggling, reach out, make that phone call, or walk to the nearest treatment center. The help is there. It's all over. Please reach out. You can reach me at New Concepts if you feel the need that you're ready, but you got to be ready to do this. Please just come in New Concepts and ask for Janice. I will be more than happy to help you get through this. It's a struggle, I get it, but it's not hard. Just reach out. That's all you got to do is reach out.
Okay. And you shared that you early on that this initially started with having to have knee replaced and have had multiple surgeries. How do you deal with pain on a daily basis now to be able to, and not going back out using?
Through the MAT program, because I am on the Suboxone. I take 3 milligrams a day, and that does help with the pain. So that was one of the reasons that I was willing to get the help, because that was my biggest fear of the pain. What am I going to do, because that's all I ever knew was just pop a pill. So then when I was introduced to the MAT program, I thought, well, that would be the best thing ever. So, and it has worked very well for me.
That's great to hear.
Yes.
Okay. And as far as being able to, be a member in the recovery community, have you struggled with stigma regarding MAT, and how have you dealt with that?
I've noticed there is some programs out there that don't believe in the MAT program, and they don't provide the MAT program. But for me, I'm just gonna say it works. I get it. Some people say that it's just another drug. Okay, it may be another drug, but it's keeping you clean, it's keeping you off. As long as you follow directions that the doctor gives you that medicine, then you're simply doing the right thing. And I just think it's a really good program for anybody that's struggling on the opiates. And I think it does help with the heroin also. So yes, right. Absolutely.
Yeah. So when you've encountered stigma in your life, how have you worked through that personally to being able to, move on and let that go? It's so much easier today to just, I know everybody has their choices, everybody has their ways. And I know for me, I just stay in my lane, and I do what I'm told. If I seem to think that something's not right, and then I just go to the right people and ask and maybe talk it out and try to come to an agreement where we both agree on this and that. Okay. Is there anything that we missed that you would like to share with our audience?
No, please, anyone struggling, please come in and get help. Anywhere in Toledo is available. New Concepts is an outpatient treatment center. We are open 5 days a week, so please reach out.
Well, and I very much appreciate that. Your life has totally changed, and your life has been saved through the hard work that you have done and the changes that you've made, and used this very valuable tool
to, you know, have a pretty beautiful existence.
Yeah. And I greatly appreciate you guys.
Yeah, so thanks so much. We really appreciate you coming out here to the Zeph Center. Your story is going to help so many people that think that they're alone and that there's no hope. You are proof that there's a way out of addiction into the freedom of recovery. Thank you so much.
Thank you.